Imagine a world where magic wasn't just the stuff of myths and legends, but was crafted by human hands. A world where an ordinary object could hold a secret so profound it would baffle scientists for centuries. This is not a scene from a fantasy film, but a glimpse into the astonishing reality of the Roman Empire, an age that gave us not only roads and aqueducts, but also technologies that seem impossible for their time. You are looking at an object that challenges everything we think we know about the past, the Lycurgus Cup. Rome, a civilization of engineers, artists, and innovators. We marvel at their architectural prowess, the scale of their empire, and their sophisticated legal system. But what if I told you that, hidden within their everyday objects, lay a mastery of material science that wouldn't be understood for another 1,700 years? The Lycurgus Cup is proof that ancient technologies were far more advanced than we often give them credit for. It is a stunning example of Roman nanotechnology, a concept that, until recently, seemed a world away from ancient Rome. This isn't just any drinking vessel. Dating back to the 4th century AD, this stunning piece of glasswork presents us with a mystery wrapped in an enigma. Look closely at its intricate details, the delicate figures, the seemingly impossible openwork. The cup depicts the legend of King Lycurgus, a figure from Greek mythology, caught in the fury of Dionysus and his followers. The scene is a chaotic masterpiece. Vines coil around the unfortunate king, transforming a nymph named Ambrosia into a weapon of vengeance, while Dionysus, with his Thyrsos and Panther, looks on with dark satisfaction.
Is it magic?
In a way, yes. It's a kind of magic from long ago.
Notice the openwork, the way the glass seems to float, held together by delicate bridges. These are not just lines in a design, they are proof of incredible skill. The Romans, it seems, were masters of cutting, carving, and shaping glass. The cup itself is an example of the class of Roman vessels known as cage cups, or diatreta, where the decoration is an openwork that stands proud from the body of the vessel. Typically, these are geometric patterns, but this is one of a few known examples of a figurative design, and none of these are as elaborate or as well preserved. They are incredibly rare, perhaps only 5,100 examples are known to exist today. But there's something even more extraordinary about this cup, something that baffled experts for decades. It's not just the way it was made, but the way it appears, or rather, the way it transforms. This is not an optical illusion. In direct light, the cup resembles jade, with an opaque greenish-yellow tone. It looks almost like a precious stone, but when light shines through it, it reveals its true nature, a translucent, rich ruby color. This is dichroism, a phenomenon where a material appears different colors depending on whether the light is transmitted or reflected. It's a breathtaking effect, and one that has led to decades of scientific investigation. For a long time, experts struggled to understand how the Romans achieved this. Was it some secret ingredient? An unknown technique?
This cup? It's unlike anything we've seen before. Could it be some kind of opal or jade?
That's what some theories suggested, but the composition doesn't match.
What about the optical properties? They're so peculiar.
We've got results from the X-ray diffraction.
In 1959, X-ray diffraction confirmed that the cup was indeed made of glass, but this only deepened the mystery.
The cup is indeed glass, but not just any glass. Something special.
Special? In what way?
Its properties are unique. Unlike anything else we've found from that era.
So it wasn't a secret ingredient or an unknown technique?
Perhaps, but whatever it was, it remains a mystery. The Romans were ahead of their time.
What secrets do you hold?
It was clear that this was a special kind of glass, unlike anything else they had found. The first major clue came with chemical analysis. The glass itself, like most Roman glass, is a soda-lime silica type. It also contains about 0.5% manganese and traces of other elements, but two stood out above all others: gold and silver.
Gold and silver. But how does that create such a dramatic effect?
It's not just about the ingredients, it's about the conditions during manufacture.
It was noted that to obtain the coloring constituents in a state necessary to give the glass its special qualities, a critical combination of conditions was required during manufacture.
Exactly. And also the chemical conditions during founding and subsequent heat treatment.
So it's about timing and temperature.
However, just adding a bit of gold and silver wouldn't magically create the dichroic effect. There was something more at play here.
We're dealing with a level of craftsmanship that was way ahead of its time.
A mystery wrapped in science, revealing just a glimpse of what ancient technology could achieve.
This is incredible. The level of detail. It's like peering into another world.
That's the power of analytical transmission electron microscopy. It changed everything we thought we knew.
So these tiny particles are the key to the Lycurgus Cup's mystery.
Exactly. The nanoparticles are a silver-gold alloy, about 50 to 100 nanometers in diameter. They're dispersed throughout the glass, altering the way it interacts with light.
And the ratio of silver to gold, it's specific?
Yes, around 7:3, with about 10% copper present. It's a precise mix that creates the dichroic effect.
It's like they had an instinctive understanding of materials at a scale we only recently began to comprehend.
It's humbling, and it makes you wonder what other secrets are waiting to be discovered.
This is where Roman technology transcends into the extraordinary. We call it nanotechnology now, but back then,
The Romans mastered this without understanding the science behind it.
exactly. These nanoparticles selectively absorb and scatter different wavelengths of light.
So that's what gives the cup its greenish-yellow hue in reflected light?
Yes, but when light passes through the glass,
It's a precise and delicate process.
and the fact that they achieved such control over their materials, truly astounding.
So how did the Romans actually make this?
The accepted theory is fascinating. They started with a base of molten soda-lime silica glass.
Manganese, silver, gold, copper, and antimony?
Exactly. The precise conditions during melting and the subsequent cooling process were critical.
And that's what leads to the dichroic effect?
Yes, the heat treatment would have caused the silver and gold to precipitate out as tiny nanoparticles.
Incredible. Their mastery over materials was far beyond what we imagined.
Look at that. It's like watching magic unfold.
The cup itself was probably formed from a thick-walled glass blank, either cast or blown.
And the openwork? It's so intricate.
Exactly. The intricate openwork was created by cutting and grinding the glass, using rotary wheels made of copper, bronze, or iron, charged with an abrasive slurry.
The precision. It's like they were sculpting with light.
The skill of the craftsman is evident in the precision of the cuts and the overall design.
So the glassmakers and the glass cutters were different people?
It's thought so. They likely specialized. The blank itself had to have walls about 15 millimeter thick.
And they even hollowed out the interior to let the light through?
Yes, it really speaks to how carefully and precisely this piece was designed and made, and how well the Romans understood the properties of their materials.
It's like they were communicating through time, showing us what true craftsmanship looks like.
Indeed, it's a testament to their ingenuity and mastery over their materials.
The Lycurgus Cup isn't just a technical marvel. It's a cultural phenomenon. Its unique properties suggest it was crafted for a special purpose.
It's incredibly rare, right? Even among the few cage cups that exist, hardly any show this dichroic effect.
Exactly. And there are only a handful of other Roman glasses that share this gold-induced coloring, like those pinks in the opus sectile from the Mediterranean.
It wasn't something they made regularly. The workshops that made the base glass, those that colored it, and those cutting it were likely separate.
Imagine a coloring workshop producing a batch and selling it to lapidary shops for cutting, probably as blanks. Such precision and collaboration.
It's like piecing together a puzzle from the past, each part revealing more about their artistry and knowledge. Some experts think the cup was used during banquets for Dionysus, the god of wine.
That makes sense. The themes of the cup and its transformative nature could represent the ripening of grapes.
Exactly. And there's that ancient text mentioning party-colored cups that change color, given by the emperor as gifts.
It's amazing how the color-changing properties weren't just for show. They had deep symbolic meaning.
Imagine receiving such a gift. It must have been extraordinary.
Definitely. It's not just about the aesthetics, but the significance behind it.
These artifacts tell us so much about the past, don't they? Each one is like a window into another world.
The Lycurgus Cup isn't just an artifact. It's a testament to Roman ingenuity, to how they truly understood their materials.
Exactly. Their technology was so advanced for its time. It's breathtaking.
Manipulating matter at that level, without modern tools. It's like they had a practical mastery of science they couldn't fully explain.
And yet, even now, its story continues to inspire. It shows us that human innovation knows no bounds.
It makes you wonder, what other secrets lie in plain sight? What else have we yet to rediscover?
The boundaries of science are always expanding. Who knows what brilliance is still hidden out there?
It makes you wonder, what other secrets lie in plain sight? What else have we yet to rediscover?
It's like a puzzle, isn't it? A riddle left for us to solve.
Every time I look at it, I feel like it's whispering something just beyond our grasp.
Perhaps the magic of the Lycurgus Cup isn't just in its science, but in the questions it leaves us with about what else we might uncover about our shared past and what that might tell us about our future.